So what's up, guys? Good day. Welcome to the second edition of the VM and calisthenics educational series. And today we'll be speaking on the two different types of energy that your body has. One will be food derived energy, and the other one we can consider functional energy or nervous energy.
Okay, so I basically use food for energy and fuel for my body, and what that means is I'm constantly eating small meals throughout the day, every 2 to 3 hours, because large meals burden the digestive system and they can cause bloating and lowered energy. By eating these smaller meals throughout the day, the body functions more effectively and it's a lot more comfortable. So yeah, it just helps prevent your blood sugar from crashing and keeps you satisfied. And it keeps my metabolism burning, it keeps everybody's metabolism burning if they're eating this way throughout the day.
Veronique just basically gave you the breakdown of like food energies and stuff like that. The other type of energy I would like to bring to your awareness is a nervous type energy. It's a functional energy. It's an energy that's gained from sleep, rest, meditation, and basically that's the energy that helps you to digest your food. Because basically every function that happens in your body requires a certain energy to make it happen. So for instance, when you eat a huge Sunday lunch, you can feel the burden of it and then you want to go sleep. That's because your body needs to use that energy to focus on digesting the large meal you just ate, which will make you feel lethargic and all of that. So that's the other type of energy that you get, and like I say, it's a functional energy. So when you're in like a state of fasting or something like that, that energy is utilized to detoxify your body or to clean out cancer cells or to really just to do whatever the body sees fit to do. Now when you're eating foods and stuff like that, that energy will obviously have to go to the breakdown and assimilation of the food, while if you don't and you're in a fasted state, that energy can be used for your body to heal, to recuperate, or to really just deal whatever issues it's got. So yeah, that's basically that energy, and like I say, that energy is basically gained from sleep, rest and meditation. If we gain that type of energy from eating food, then we'd just be able to eat and eat and eat, and we'd just be able to go and go and go. But instead you go to sleep or you rest after your Sunday lunch, and then all of a sudden you have this energy again which your body can start to use to utilize. So yeah, that's just a nervous type energy. I will speak on other ways in which you can use it, which will be beneficial to your body. But yeah, Veronique's going to break down now the different types of fuels you derive from food, and yeah, she'll give you the go ahead with all of it.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with your primary source of energy, which is carbs. Everybody knows what a carb is, everybody loves carbs, and carbs provide our cells with the energy to carry on and function as they need to, especially our brain functions. So you can get simple carbs and complex carbs. I prefer to focus on using complex carbs as they're more sustainable and give you a little bit more energy than what simple carbs would. Carbs break down into glucose, which is used for energy, and it's also stored in the liver and muscle for later use, so you could call it stored energy.
Okay, so basically when taking this nervous energy into consideration, or functional energy if you want to label it like that, is it's a finite amount of energy, you know. Like I said, you only regain it from rest and meditation and like sleep and stuff like that. So whenever your body's allowed to like completely shut down and stop having to deal with external factors or exercise or breaking down and assimilating food, it basically is allowed to replenish this type of energy. And your body is very much a prioritization system. So if you put food into your system, your body takes it as a high priority to break that down, digest it and assimilate it.
Especially the carbs.
Yeah, because otherwise your body's just going to leave that basically to like rot if it didn't prioritize with it. And your body doesn't want that. So your body will prioritize in using your energy for what it sees fit. So if you are constantly eating, you have, or especially large meals, you're actually wasting that energy where it's being sent to digest food. Now if you're a person who's sick, or you're trying to heal up or recover or just deal with certain things, your body is not going to be able, or it's not going to have that energy free to use it to actually like heal up and utilize it as it would see fit. So that's also just another thing where fasting comes into it. When you fast, you're basically getting out of your own way of external factors and foods and all of that, and allowing your body to just actually utilize that energy to do what it sees fit to do. which will promote obviously your overall health and obviously what your body sees fit to do. So that being said, it's like your body knows exactly what it wants and how it wants it. But if we consistently get in the way of burdening it with alcohol, cigarettes, exercise, or food, or anything of that nature, it can't necessarily get to those functions that it would like to get to, or use that energy for what it would like to use it in.
Okay, so moving on to proteins. Proteins are known as building blocks. They're made up of smaller cells, which are amino acids, and they're there to help repair and replenish our body and our cells and our muscles after an intense session, and this can be done while we're sleeping, which then again refers to the nervous energy that Carl was speaking about. So in order for the proteins to actually be the building blocks and repair and replenish, we need to have that nervous energy as well. So resting is so important, and it promotes growth, tissue repair, muscle repair, and healthy immune function.
When you actually do finally go to sleep at night and you're actually in that rest mode, your body finally has time to utilize this like nervous energy or functional energy to start assimilating and breaking down and rebuilding and like scavenging and detoxifying. So it's exactly that. That's why in the morning when you wake up, they call it breakfast. You're breaking your fast, which in other words means that you're actually going to start putting things into your system, and which you are going to, obviously your system's going to start prioritizing. When you haven't done that and say you extend your fast, you're just giving your body that extra bit of time to basically use that nervous energy instead of assimilating and digesting food to do whatever it really sees fit for what the body would require for its overall state of health.
But then you need to make sure that you are fasting properly, because if you're confusing your body and you're eating constantly throughout the day, and then you wake up and you miss your breakfast, your body is going to be expecting that food to come in, and if you have your meal after your breakfast and not your breakfast, it's going to start storing that food because you've skipped your first meal of the day. So make sure you know how to fast and that you are fasting correctly, because if you aren't, it can work the opposite way. And then lastly, I'm going to speak about fats. So I know Carl also is very into ketosis and knows a lot about that too. And basically, I use fat to burn fat. So this means that you're eating good fats throughout the day, and it's targeting your stubborn fat areas and using that as energy. So fats are also called lipids, and they're a primary source of energy while at rest, which again refers to your nervous energy. So fats as well insulate your body and protects your joints, but if you really, really want to see results, you know that you need to be resting, and you should be eating fats, and then whilst you're resting, you'll be burning the fat with the fat.
Yeah, so basically like Veronique's saying is that so in terms of fasting, when you do go into a fasted state, obviously your body starts drawing on your stored energy, and it utilizes that obviously through a state of ketosis and stuff like that, which goes on to ultimately break down the fat from a triglyceride to derive glycerine, and glycerine will be obviously used, or glyceride will obviously be used to fuel your brain with energy, as well as your nervous system, as they are the primary fuel of that. Like muscle cells and liver cells and certain things can actually use other fuels such as free fatty acids, while with your brain and your nervous system, they are purely based on carbohydrates or glucose and stuff. So that's exactly why people, when they do start going into states of ketosis or in a prolonged fast, until their body actually has broken down enough triglycerides, they go through what's known as brain fog. And that brain fog is just basically your body adapting to breaking down enough or using ketones to break down enough fats to finally derive that glyceride needed for your brain.
Yeah.
So that's basically that brain fog that people will experience, and it's just basically an adaptation process or mechanism.
So you know that if you're doing ketosis or if you're carb cycling and you have low carb days and you are a little bit slow and forgetful, this is totally normal. Your body's just learning how to use what you're fueling it with. And remember that food is fuel, and knowing all these different little things will only but help your body, and you'll learn more about your body and learn how to get it functioning to its best.
Yeah. That's basically that, guys. So yeah, just understanding how to utilize your nervous energy and how to utilize food derived energies and which forms which purpose. With that being all said, much love and regards. Hope you guys have a fantastic
See you
day,
guys
weekend, laugh,
soon.
and we hope we have helped you.
And if you guys want us to speak on any specific topics, just drop it down or DM one of us, and we'll more than gladly do so. Thanks, guys.
Peace and love.